Cheers guys, welcome to Simple Home Brew. I'm Pierre and I'm doing a beer that's a little bit different today. 2 years ago, I was introduced to Black Rock Brewing. Check the logo here, this is the Facebook one. And I did a classic IPA and I thought it was one of the best extract beer companies I've ever come across. So I reached out to them and asked them if they wanted to support the channel and support you guys. And they said yes. So here I am, ready to brew another beer from Black Rock Brewing. So Black Rock Brewing Company is from New Zealand. Space Brewing in Dunedin, New Zealand, use some of the best products that they use locally in New Zealand to make this product. And I can see why they do it. It is actually a really good quality extract beer. The last beer I made from this was 2023 and it came out as one of the best beers I've ever tasted that's an extract. If you've never heard of Black Rock Brewing, I think you've been living under a rock. I mean, pardon the pun, you know, maybe you have, I don't know. But anyway, this product is excellent. The reason why I'm doing it is I reached out to Black Rock and said, would you like to sponsor Simple Home Brew? And I want to try and sponsor our local homebrew companies. My one is Valley Hydroponics and Homebrew. Guys, there's a link down below if you want this product. Click on it. It is awesome. And I'm here to pretty much show you how I make this product from the ingredients they supply. Now, I reached out to Black Rock in New Zealand and asked them if they would like to promote their product through my channel, and they jumped at it. Basically, they interviewed me. I had a live talk with them, and were happy to give me a go and actually show you guys what their product's like. And they obviously gave it to me for free. Now, I'm not getting paid for this. They are only supplying the product for me, for nothing. And I'm getting to try the beer out and show you what I think. If you like it, like I said, down below, we've got a link in the description. It's a link to our local brew shop here in Traralgon, and hopefully, guys, will get some great results from your beer as well. So what I'm doing today is a classic IPA. Now, their labels have been updated and made new, and this is the first sort of label example. They have full instructions on the back on how to actually make this, so make sure you keep an eye on it. And there's also a QR code, which I'll post here, and you can click on that so you can get the instructions going and work out how to make it yourself. I have a fermenter, which is a Polo from Keg King. This is a fermenter I've had for a little while now, and it's a great pressure fermenter if you really want to have a go. I will put the links down there for those guys as well if you like. I get no affiliation out of them, and I really do like this fermenter. It's one of my favorites. It's a pressure fermenter, by the way. So what I'm going to start with is talk about how we actually do extract beer brewing. We start off with 2 extract cans. I'm using a Black Rock Classic IPA, and what was recommended on the label was this one. This is a light, unhopped malt extract from Black Rock as well, and we're going to put them together. We're also going to use the yeast that they supply in the lid. I'm not going to add anything extra or anything different to what they supply. What we need to do now is warm the cans up, leave them in a bucket of hot water for at least 10 minutes to get the extract warm so we can pour it easy. Okay, so what we need to do is pour some hot water in here, but I'm going to put the cans in first. The first can will be this guy. This is the unhopped malt extract, light. Throw that in there. Actually, I'll put it that way so it's easier. I'm going to remove the lid from this one. This is a protective lid, of course, to stop you from... I don't know, to make sure that nobody's tampered with it. It's a tamper-proof lid, basically. So that comes off pretty easily, just froze off. I am going to put this in a bin. And then we've got 5 grams of premium brewer's yeast. This is what's recommended from Black Rock, and I'm going to put it in my beer. We need to get this can now and pop that in the box, or the bucket, or the container, whatever you've got at home. You can put it in anything. If you live in a cool environment, it is best that you heat this at least for 10 minutes with 100 degrees Celsius hot water, or 212 degrees Fahrenheit hot water if you're American. I've just boiled the kettle, so I'm going to pour this on top. I've got a lid to put on this so I can seal it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Be careful, it's very, very hot. This little bucket or container, I've just had sitting around. I've got a few of them like this. It's storage containers, and I got them pretty cheap, so I'm just going to use that. I do have a lid somewhere. And I'll just throw that on here. I'm going to leave that sitting for 10 minutes, and it should be nice and hot to be able to pour it into my fermenter, which is not heat proof, so I'm going to have to do some things with that as well. It'll melt. That's just how it is. So I'll leave that here, let it sit for 10 minutes, and we'll heat them up, and we'll go from there. Now I need to empty the fermenter, and I also pressurize it. So I've done a quick tube. You can see bubbles coming up that tube at the moment. I've put pressure in it, and I've run sanitizer through the tube, and I think it's pretty much sanitized now. So I'm going to empty the sanitizer out, make sure that I don't have any left in it, and start pouring filtered cold water into it. Now filter it through a carbon filter to make sure I have less chlorine and chloramine in it. I'm not going to use a Camden tablet because I'm run out, and I think it'll be fine anyway without it. So if you guys are going to do it, if you want to get purer water or cleaner water, get yourself a carbon filter, a RV one, and filter your water a little bit. Get rid of the chlorine and chloramine that's in our water systems, in rural water systems that we've got here. It'll help immensely with the flavours. So I'll get rid of the sanitizer. Whoop! I just threw it over the window. Now I have a drainage system. I have a whole sink in here, so we're fine. That's it. Sanitizer's gone. I'll pop this. Now this is no rinse sanitizer, so the foam won't hurt you. And I'll pop that in there. So what I'm going to do is I'll fill up my fermenter. My fermenter is not heat proof, so I need to fill it up to at least 10 litres of water. Now I have a fill-o-meter that you can get from Kegland. I'll leave a link below for that one. And I do get affiliation. I do get money from you guys clicking on that and actually getting the products from them. So if you're interested, please click on my link so I can get some money. Well, I don't get money. I get credit. And that works a treat when I want to buy more products. Now I'm going to fill this up to 10 litres of just cold filtered water. Just so, probably should turn it on, eh? Just so I've got something to protect my fermenter when I put hot water in there. Well, I'll put hot water in when I rinse out the actual, what do you call them? Extract cans. Alright, it's about to stop. There you go. I'll pop that up out of the way. So that's nice and full. So now shall we open up the cans? Let's see what they look like. I'll open up the lid. A bit of steam should come up. No, it's not hot. It's not cold enough to worry about the steam. I'll open the unhopped malt extract first. It's warm. And I'll just put this aside over here. What I'll do is I'll get a funnel so we don't make too much of a mess, and we have more of a wider area to work with, so we can actually pour into this and rinse everything out. I'm going to open this can, which has a convenient pull tab on it, and it works. Look at that. Now I'll leave that lid on so we can rinse. Maybe I won't. I'll take that off. And we'll just. Because it's been 100 degrees hot water, everything's pretty much sanitized from that. Beautiful. I'll pour that in. Probably shouldn't have used the funnel. Doesn't matter. It'll work anyway. It's going in slowly. And we have no issues at all of it going. It's pouring really nicely, actually. It's really looking nice. What I'm going to do is I'll actually boil the kettle again, and I'll pour hot water in here and rinse it right out. Oh, it smells so good. It smells like caramel molasses. It's unbelievable. The scent or the smell you get from this is just phenomenal, and I think this is one of the reasons why I like doing this kind of brewing. Okay, that one's done. I will now remove the other one from the can, which is over here. It's got the pull tab as well, which is handy. I will pull this one. Look how easy that is. Bit of gas came out then. I think that's because I just heated it up. And look at that. Well, that one's a bit harder to pull. Really nice design. It's I like the pull tabs. It's so much better. And the smells. Oh, geez, I'm smelling so much in here at the moment. It's so good. Oh, it's beautiful. It's almost like a burnt smell, but it's more like a caramelized. Oh, I could eat this on its own. It'll kill me. Diabetes is not a good thing. Anyway, I'll pour it in. Same as before. If you could have smell-o-vision, my God, you guys would be wrapped. Oh, having a funnel is such a great idea. If you guys haven't seen my channel before, I spill stuff and I make a bit of a mess sometimes. And it's just me being clumsy. That's all it is. Now what I'll do is I'm going to boil the kettle up again. As you can see, both cans are empty. They have sediment around it. I want to rinse that out and pour that in as well. We need to get to 23 litres, and I'll just boil the kettle to make sure that I can rinse these out nice and clean and get everything I can out of it, all the goodness. All I need to do is pour maybe half a can in each, rinse it, and it should pour out, and then I pour a little bit more just to rinse it out from there on. And that should be enough to actually rinse out these cans properly. So I'll fill up my kettle, make it 100 degrees Celsius, and we'll start doing it. Okay, the hot water's boiled. I'm going to pour half and half. I'm going to make it half and half in one can. Just like that. Half, and then, that's probably more than half, but anyway. I'm going to stir that so that we have an even amount of stuffs in there. Now I'm going to stir this in the can. Because it's hot, will burn you, so you need to take some precautions. Protection. Make sure you have protection, you know. You just got to be sure that nothing's going to happen. And they'll get a lot of the extract out. And the other thing you do is grab yourself a cloth that doesn't burn. It helps you protect yourself from the hot water. Pour it into the other can. Get it to the top. Grab the other can and actually pour it into the can previous. Keep doing that, and that will help rinse the whole lot out. Now I just spilt a little bit, which is fine, but it got on my finger and it hurts. It's all good. Okay, we'll do it again. Look at that, it's starting to rinse right out now. You still recording this time, my friend? I had a problem with overheating camera. We'll do one more. And look how much colour we got out of that just by doing that. I'm going to pour that in now. That is recording. I'm going to pour that in, and the funnel, as you can see, is also going to get a bit of a rinse. That's one. Look how clean that is. Look how nice and clean that is now. We'll get that one out. And we got as much extract as we possibly could. I did spill a little bit then, I know. So now all I have to do is top it up to 23 litres, pop some yeast in that is provided by these guys. Okay, we'll do that first. We'll fill it up to 23 litres. I have a graduation gauge on the side of this fermenter. It will tell me when I'm at 23 degrees. I don't need to worry about measuring because it's already there. And it's pretty convenient actually to have that. So in goes my filtered water. And that will bring it up to 23 litres. We are at the moment 17 litres, so I need to get it up there. Now for those of you who don't brew or haven't brewed yet and you're starting to learn, you need oxygen for the yeast to breathe while they're making your alcohol and all the other products that you need to make beer. Now, when you do it like this, you actually are aerating it from the tap and actually creating an aeration in the wort, and the wort will have oxygen enough to actually feed the yeast. Now, the yeast they provide usually has yeast nutrient, so you don't have to do anything. But I'm doing this anyway on the idea that they would have yeast nutrient in it. If it does, then it should ferment really well. It doesn't say how much anything else is in here, but this is the yeast. It feels like, or seems like, a lot more yeast than 5 grams. So I'd say it has nutrients in it as well. I'm going to pour that in. Recording? Yep. Just sprinkle it on top, just like that. Now I'm going to shake this and stir it anyway, just to get it all through. Just to make sure it is stirred properly. What I'm doing here is I'm spraying my pipe or my tube. It's basically a heat tube, but I'm going to do this at 22 degrees Celsius room temperature. I'm spraying it with sanitizer so that everything I've got that contacts the wort is sanitized, because the wort is at 22 degrees, 23 degrees, and I don't want it to get contaminated from any bacteria outside of the yeast I'm putting in. Now, yeast is yeast, bacteria is bacteria. What I'm going to do is throw that in. I'm going to grab myself a gravity sample. I might need to pressurize this guy to get a sample, just to do it, but if I shake it, it probably will get enough pressure in it for me to be able to get a sample out of it. So it is 23 litres. This is it here. I'll shake it up, get everything mixed through, and we're on a winner. Whew. Okay, no, we're not. You can see there's still extract just sitting at the bottom. So I'll shake that until the extract pretty much disappears. Now I can guarantee that, I'm shaking away, I can guarantee that if you don't shake this properly and you don't get the stuff dissolved properly, the yeast will surely eat it away anyway. So you have no worries about the yeast doing its job. Okay, I think that's mixed up enough. Got a lot of oxygen in there. Oh, that's a workout. 23 litres is about 23, 24 kilograms. And grabbing it and shaking it does really give you a bit of a workout. All right, so now all I need to do is grab a sample. Normally you grab a sample before you put the yeast in. But I didn't think of it until I started talking to you now. Doesn't matter, gonna do it. I've got a product here, which is a quickie. It's a product we use to extract beer from a quick connect, so we don't have to open up the fermenter anymore. All right, so I'm doing pressure fermenting. You guys you don't have to do pressure fermenting. This is just how I'm doing it. I'll just throw a bit of pressure in there. So now that I've done that, stirred it all up, I've pressurized the fermenter. Because I'm doing pressurized or pressure fermenting, I'm able to take a sample without opening it up again. So what I'll do is I'll throw my little device on here and I'll just grab a sample, quick sample. And I'm going to check the gravity of what I've got, just so we know what we're working with. We've got 1044 on the hydrometer. Hopefully it'll ferment down to a really rich, close product, and hopefully we'll get about 4.5 alcohol volume out of the whole thing. So guys, I'll let this ferment. I'll show you what goes on as we ferment, and then I'll grab a sample and we'll see what it tastes like in about 2 weeks' time. See you then. Oh, all right, guys, it's a warm day. Sweat my butt off, sorry about that. I've been doing a bit of work actually transferring this beer into a keg. I checked the gravity. The gravity is 1014. Would have liked to have got it down to 1012. 1014 is good enough though. It stopped. I tested it over a couple of days and it hadn't changed, so the fermentation had stopped. And now I'm going to sit it for 2 weeks and let it rest. And the thing is, after that, I've got 2 more beers from Black Rock to do. And once they've all finished fermenting and have been aging, I'm going to get a few friends over. I'm going to do a taste test of all 3. And I'll have opinions of others around. And I'm also going to get some giveaways for this taste test as well. So if you guys want to get involved, let me know. I will soon leave a link to the taste test up here on the, just so you can find it. It won't be there at the moment because this video is released today, and those videos won't be released for another 4 to 5, maybe 6 weeks. So be patient. Now, It's meant to be a really clear, but it's actually come out very dark. Didn't expect it to be this dark, but nonetheless, it's a beer. Now the percentage, I believe, is about 4.2% alcohol volume, considering that the starting gravity was 1.044 and it finished at about 10.14. And probably could have put more yeast in. I think it had 5 grams. I think 11 grams would be more appropriate to make it hopefully ferment better. But let's see. Smells great. It doesn't smell yeasty. Doesn't smell bad at all. It smells really, really nice. Wow. For just transferred into a keg smell, it smells really good. Let's taste it. Yeah, it's low in carbonation, sorry. We got a kind of a sharp taste on the tongue, a little bit sweet tasting, very not hoppy, I wouldn't say, kind of hoppy, but very malty. It's very, very strong in malt. I do have that new brew taste. It doesn't have that homebrew taste, which is a great thing. And that's what I really liked about Black Rock beer or extracts. It never had that homebrew taste. It always tasted pretty good. Sorry, I'm enjoying this. It's a little bit low carbonation, so I've got to bring the carbonation up. It's very tasty. It's very, very tasty. Now, if you guys want this kit, I'll leave a barcode here for you guys to click on. It goes through my local homebrew supplier, which is Valley Hydroponics and Homebrew. You can order this on their website, which is up here, and get yourself a kit. These guys are one of the best extract brewing producers I know, and I know this because I've done it before, and every beer I make tends to come out beautiful from them and very tasty. Really good. I could scull this, but I don't want to. It's a warm day. I'm going to go inside. I'm going to edit this video, send it out to you guys. In about 2 weeks' time, I'll have another brew from these guys ready to go. We'll try that as well. It's nearly finished editing. It's nearly finished fermenting. So if you like this video, guys, give me a thumbs up. Say hi. Make sure you click on the affiliate links down below if you need products from Kegland and the other companies I'll be producing in this. I'm getting no kickback from Black Rock. I reached out to them and they provided me these products for free, so I get to drink some beers for nothing. That's all I get out of it. But I do get a video and I get to show you guys my favorite extract brew company. Cheers, guys. We'll see you in the next brew.